Hello, everyone, and welcome to the You Don't Own Me podcast. I guess this is another one of my rants. I'm Juliana J, and I'm the host. And today I wanted to talk about, actually, while I was running an errand last week, I did some shorts, which then I later felt like maybe I shouldn't put those up. I don't know, because this is what happened. So I was doing the short in my car while I was waiting for somebody, and I was talking about how at the time, I don't know if you can see it, at the time, like right here, I had a burn on my face because I was trying to get my bangs out of my, not annoying. So I was trying to use a curling iron or a crimper to get the bangs to go a certain way. And doing that, I burned myself. So I was out going to run these errands, and I had this big burn on my face. Then also, I realized afterwards that I was wearing this sweatshirt that I went to wash my hands before I left, and when I on the pump bottle for the soap, when I did that, the soap sprayed all over me because it didn't go into my hands like it was supposed to. It was clogged or something, and it sprayed on me. So I thought I cleaned it off, but I didn't. There was all this spray on me. And so I was out with this burn on my face and this big stain on my shirt. And then on top of that, which I didn't realize at the time when I was talking about all the things that my short was about, just, nobody's perfect kind of situation, embarrassing things happen to everyone. And then I realized I put on this eyebrow pencil. I don't know if you guys can see, but I don't really understand why my eyebrows are fading into oblivion. You can hardly see them, right? So I put on this eyebrow pencil, and I don't really do a lot of makeup, I love lotion and I'll put on some mascara, but I don't do anything else really most of the time. Sometimes I do, but I have to be in a mood. So I'm like, okay, I'll have to use eye pencil now because apparently what gives, you can't even see my eyebrows. So I used this eyebrow pencil, which was not the color of my hair at all, but at the time, maybe I thought it was the color of my hair. It was kind of red, right? So it was really strawberry colored. And when I was looking at the video later to put on the short, I could see every pencil mark, of which I did not, really try to do the best job when I was doing it. I was like this, if this was the pencil, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just okay, all right, yeah, that's good. I was literally doing that when you draw and you sketch stuff and you're shading. That's kind of what I was doing, and you could see it, and it looked horrible. It looked really bad, and the color was crazy. Didn't even match. It was totally obvious that I attempted to do my eyebrows, but didn't do a good job of it. So then I got really oh no, people are going to see this. And then, everyone's going to say look how stupid her eyebrows look. And then I'll be totally horrified and embarrassed. And how am I going to live that down? And I can't put these shorts up. And oh my God, it's bad enough I didn't do my hair that day also. I did nothing with my hair, and I hadn't washed it for, I think, 2 days. And so I just had it up on this bun. And my hair is not really long enough for the bun, so it just looked stupid. And since I was recording on my phone, in the direct sunlight, you could see every ugliness on my face, or at least the stuff I look at all the time and go what is that? For example, what is that? I don't even know. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, so which that I came to terms with, okay, it's fine. I need to come to terms with the fact that I'm just going to be a real human being, and this is what I look like today. But I got really overthinking about the eyebrow pencil. So I was perfectly fine with all the other stuff, but not the eyebrow pencil. So I didn't post them, but I am going to post them. So you can see if you look at this and then think oh, I want to see that eyebrow pencil. because that is the real challenge for me this year in 2023 is really letting go of what other people think and just trying to authentically be me. I've done so much work to get to this place that I don't want to lose it. I really want to find a place where I can just authentically be myself because really over the past, I don't know, 4 decades, I have just done what everybody else has wanted me to do and um, conformed every time. And even ridiculous things like, oh, I love this song. I really want to kind of, get in the groove of this song or whatever. But people make fun of me because I can't dance, so I'm not going to do that, or, oh, I'm at a wedding where everyone's dancing, but I can't dance because people will make fun of me. Or I was just with this crowd that was very judgmental. I mean, it's my own fault for picking it up. And I was super judgmental. Oh my God, I was so judgmental. It was sickening, sickening, I tell you. And I'm trying not to do that anymore. I think I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. But um, I was really judgmental, so I felt like everyone else was going to always be judging me all the time. And just became this situation where I would go to work and then I was doing what everyone wanted at work to, fit in or what have you. And then um, actually, I did advocate for a lot of things. I shouldn't say I did nothing, but I don't know, maybe I was before my time or something because people weren't really into advocating for things at that time, equality type stuff. Um, but I just did what everybody asked of me, all the time. And then I went home and I really stifled myself, even in front of like partners and stuff, because they're going to make fun of me. And I do have a few really good friends who I could literally do anything and they would still, you know, they would think it's funny or not even care or whatnot. But the majority of people I had surrounded myself with were really judgmental, I felt. So not everybody, not everybody. So if you're somebody I hang out with and you're watching this and you think she's calling me judgmental, that's not what I'm saying at all. I mean, it could be like, it's just people everywhere. I was really judgmental. So even if they weren't really judgmental, the conversations were going to be about judging people. So I'm trying to get out of that. And my big thing this year is to not worry about what other people will think about things, as long as I'm authentically doing what I think is best and trying to be my best self and trying to learn and grow and understand, then it's okay uh, if people make fun of me or whatever, and I'm just going to try to get past it, you know. And I told somebody like, oh, I'm really afraid to post this video, one of the shorts, because of that situation. And then what if somebody makes a meme out of me? Like, then I'll have to. And she started cracking up. She was laughing about it forever. And then I realized, like, you know what? Actually, if somebody made a meme out of me, something I did or said, that would actually be good PR. So maybe I shouldn't be worried about it, because some people that I really like, or movies that I've really liked, or music that I really love is also memed. So I guess you're good. You're memed. Um, I don't really know. That's probably not true, but that's what I'm telling myself. But anyway, she thought that was really funny. So I just thought it was important to talk about it for me to be like, okay, I'm putting this stuff out there where you'll see these things that are just like, and I'm okay with it, or I'm doing my best to be okay with it, and shouldn't spend so much time judging others and judging ourselves so harshly that we're rethinking everything we do every single day. That was a really big thing I did, was every night when I went to bed, all I did was think about every stupid thing I said. Well, it wasn't even stupid things. I didn't even necessarily say anything stupid per se. I mean, sometimes I did, but most of it was just like I was just talking or whatever, but then I would reassess everything. Oh God, that slip up in that presentation where you stuttered for 2 seconds, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd blow that into this big thing where, do I have to apologize to everybody? And, I mean, sometimes you do make mistakes and you really have to apologize 100%, but you don't need to just constantly be judging yourself so much that it becomes every little thing is up for scrutiny. You have to let it go. You can't, you do a job interview, let it go. You can't go, oh God, I should have said this, or what if I said that, or I was so stupid I didn't pick this angle, or why did I just totally lose my concentration at that one question, or whatever. Everyone's been in a job interview that's job interviewing you, so they know what you're dealing with. They've all been there too. So, don't judge yourself so harshly on that. Don't judge yourself so harshly on going to a party where you don't know anybody and then talking to people and then reassessing everything you said. I've said some pretty stupid things, definitely. And I have a list going, it's here somewhere, of people I need to reach out to and go, hey, I'm so sorry for 3 years ago when I said this word. I should not have said that. And it's not it's nothing big, but in my mind, I just feel like I need to say I was not a very good friend. Whatever I said or didn't say, or how I acted or didn't act, or who I picked and didn't pick was not being a very good friend. And I need to do something about those things. But I don't necessarily need to pick apart every little thing I say. Like sometimes I watch these videos and I think, how many times are you going to say, or touch your nose or your eye or rearrange your hair or say, or, whatever. And you got to let it go because your uniqueness is part of what the world is looking for. We're not looking for cookie cutter people here. And in fact, a lot of times the cookie cutter people keep everyone back, like if you want to change work culture, you can't be like everyone else. You do have to stand up and say certain things or do certain things or want certain things or advocate for certain things. It is important to be true to yourself, but at the same time, not be so judgmental of yourself. I can guarantee you that if you can stop the midnight 3 a.m. conversations with yourself about all the places you screwed up in the prior day or 2 weeks ago, or, then your mind will bring up something that happened 10 years ago. And then you have to relive how dumb you were then. And if you can stop that internal dialogue with yourself, you will sleep so much better. It's incredible. I always thought I was, I have insomnia. I can go to bed kind of easily because I burn myself out and I'll go to bed, but then at 3 a.m., I am thinking about every dumb thing I've done in my entire life and stressing about it. And then I don't sleep at all until the alarm goes off. And then, I get up at some ungodly hour and go to work or whatever. And if you can stop that, you will sleep so much better. It's incredible. And also things will happen in your life. Doors will open that you didn't realize. Like starting this podcast, never, because if I ever even heard my voice, I had to go, hours and hours and hours of internal dialogue about how stupid my voice sounds and why am I talking through my nose and, why am I sing-songing and blah, blah, blah. People aren't going to like my voice because people don't like voices of women, which is fucked up, by the way. It's an internal bias. We all need to look at that, because we're screechy or what have you, whatever it is. Anyway, I had to let that go, I had to just, I would never start this podcast if I wasn't able to redirect my internal dialogue to not be so judgmental about me, and to really realize, like, I can be the wacky person that I am, and the people that like me for that are going to stay, and the people that think I'm really weird and they can't handle it, they can go. It's perfectly fine, that I'm not their cup of tea and they're not mine, or maybe I do really like them, but they think I'm too weird to be in public with or something, whatever. That's fine. Fine. But, I'm going to stop doing that to myself. And I'm just going to try to be authentically me. If I'm listening to a song I really like, I'm going to listen to it full blast in my car and sing at the top of my lungs. And I'm not going to worry about what the person next to me thinks, because they probably want to do it too, but they're too embarrassed, or whatever it is. I mean, I got so ridiculous. It was like I could barely do anything. I didn't even know, I have this whole page in my journal where I'm just talking about what kind of clothes do I like? Because, like, um, everything I've bought in the last couple decades, the internal dialogue is always like, so and so will think this is cool. So and so will be jealous of this jacket. Oh, this is something that I think would make me seem hip and cool, but it's really uncomfortable, but I'm going to buy it anyway, or, well, this is an outfit that is gender appropriate for the gender people think I am. So I'm going to buy that to conform to that belief system and all those kinds of things. I mean, literally, it was like, well, women wear these things, so I should wear them too, blah, blah, blah. All this kind of crap. And it's just stupid dialogue. And then I was writing in my journal, like, what kind of clothes do I like? And it's really funny because it's stuff like, okay, what, let me write down what I don't like in a wardrobe, because maybe I can figure that out. And also it was really up in the air because, it was COVID. I didn't buy any clothes for like 3 years, and now I'm going back to buying clothes. And what is that even, Now my job's changed. I don't go into the office, so I don't need work clothes. Now I have no framework for what to buy. And so my journal was stuff like, uh, what I don't like. One, I don't like plaid. But then, in parentheses, except for certain colors of plaid I do like, but it all depends on the material of the plaid, because I might even like a plaid I think is ugly if the material is cool, or depending on what it is, I might like plaid, but then I wouldn't like plaid if I wore it like on the top half of my body. But if it was in the liner of a jacket, that would be cool, but only if it's certain colors. So maybe I do like plaid. Okay, so I hate high heels. I'm already too tall, and I'm just kind of like a big in the space kind of person. And when you kind of feel that way and then you put on high heels, you feel like even more bigger. And women aren't supposed to be, boom, 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 but women aren't supposed to be giant, taller than all the men, and bigger than all the men. They're not supposed to be that. So um but yet I'm supposed to wear them because I'm a woman. So I had a lot of high heels, and a lot of them were really fucking cool, I have to say, works of art. But I never wore them because I wasn't comfortable in them. So I write in my journal, I don't like high heels. But then the parentheses is, except for if they're really cool, because then I think I should still buy them. Because what if I go somewhere where, I'd want to wear high heels? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to go to the ballet and I'm going to dress up or something, some really fancy, you know, cocktail hour somewhere. And I want to wear these really cool high heels that are retro or, whatever. But I don't want to, but you know what I would do if I did that? I would take the high heels, but in my car, I would have sneakers or flats or something like that. So, okay, so maybe I don't like high heels. I don't really know. Then I was like, big flowy skirts. Same reason I don't like those is I feel like I'm a curtain because I'm not petite. And so I just feel like if I'm wearing anything with lots of fabric, I just feel like I'm gonna knock stuff over walking around. And it's just like I just have so much stuff on, like 40 pounds of a skirt, or whatever. And it's just too much space. I'm taking up too much space, which all these things are like weird notions about myself that I have to get over too. But I was like, I don't like unless I don't like these long flowy skirts unless they're super in style and it's really cute fabric and it has a big waistband and I don't have to tuck a shirt in necessarily because I don't have the look for that. I never liked that look. So if it was all these other parameters, yes, I would buy this long skirt. So, after this whole exercise of literally 3 pages of writing in my journal, I still don't necessarily know what my style is other than like right now I'm wearing yoga pants because I'm going to go to yoga later on. So, I don't want to change again. So I'm wearing yoga pants. I'm wearing this sweatshirt, which is actually really cool. See, it says, "You deserve love and kindness." Or kindness and love. And it is from To Write Love on Her Arms, which is an organization for suicide awareness that has super cute merch, but is also a really, really great nonprofit. And everyone should go check it out and give if you can. But anyway, and then under that, I'm wearing whatever I'm going to wear to yoga, the the t-shirt I'm going to wear to yoga later. And, some socks. So maybe this is the outfit I like, but I think honestly, I'm just wearing this so that I don't have to change later because my bathroom is really, really tiny. And, I try not to change that much because it's sort of a pain. Anyway, so maybe I don't even like those. I don't know. I still don't know. I kind of got off subject there, but I wanted just to illustrate how if you sort of lose yourself in what other people think, one day you wake up and you don't know shit about yourself. Like literally, literally. This happened to me one other time in my life after I got out of a really toxic kind of relationship that had gone on for a long time. I was like, do I like coffee? I don't know. I've never been allowed to buy coffee at Starbucks or any kind of coffee house. So I don't know if I like coffee house coffee because I was told I don't. And do I like, whatever it is, hiking or not? I do like hiking, but I literally didn't know anything about myself. Nothing about myself. Even like my overall look was all because of what someone told me I needed to look like. And I was also continually told whatever look I did have in that moment wasn't good enough. So, I was like, I'm really ugly. I don't even know I don't even know like what I should like or not like. I don't know. Do I like broccoli? I don't know. I don't know. You know? Um, and so if you start pleasing everybody else, you just get this crisis one day where you don't even know who you are and you kind of have to go on a quest, which is really great. If you don't know who you are, I highly suggest you go on a quest to find yourself. And, that could be For me, this time around, I reread a lot of books that I read the first time around by gurus and people who I really admired. And then I read some new um, books about, self-love and self-help and that type of thing. And, revisited my old gurus, picked up some new gurus, watched a lot of gurus on YouTube. Um, Went to a lot of spaces that were talking about the things I was looking for, you know, journaling, took a deep dive into who I am, tried to really look at myself, flaws and all, and understand them. Looked around at my life. What do I like? What don't I like? Do I need to get rid of something to let something else come into my life? You know, do I even like what I'm doing? What don't I like about myself? What do I like about myself? And every kind of, I took every kind of test or exercise that would help me dig a little deeper into myself. I got into groups that were talking about that. I started writing about it. I now doing this podcast, but I still don't know. I'm still just scratched the surface. So I think that's really a lifelong journey, but it's starting the quest that is really important. You really have to realize, I'm going to start this quest. And I'll tell you one thing about the quest to find yourself. You will constantly want to rewind back to your old self. You'll start like you're on your quest, and then, you go out into the world, and then something happens, and you revert back to what you knew because that's your safety zone, even if it's horrible. That's where you go, and then you venture out again, maybe, and then someone's mean to you on the subway. You go right back to where you were before, or something presents itself that's, not pleasant. Then you revert back, or like it's just too hard to even change little things like, every day I'm going to get up and I am going to get up at a certain time every day and have this 45 minutes of quiet time before everybody gets up, just for myself to journal or whatever. And then, or, in my case, it's like watch YouTube videos on manifestation and things like that, right? So I'm bettering myself by learning about all these different modalities that people use to be successful in life or find themselves, and all of that. And sometimes it's really easy to rewind back to, well, I'll just hit the snooze 3 or 4 times. Well, I don't have time today, so I'm not going to do that. Well, it's okay to do that once in a while. You don't have to be really rigid, but slowly you end up back in the place you were before. Or like, wow, I really want to judge this person and talk shit about them for an hour with this other person who's equally pissed at at the person in question, you know? And being able to realize that when you're doing it and change your behavior rather than just doing it because, I might as well, or you go out with old friends who do something you're trying not to do anymore, and then they're doing it. And so you do it because they're doing it. And that's the expectation they have of you, rather than taking that moment to be like, well, really don't talk shit about people anymore. Really don't do that anymore. Whatever it is. A lot of times at first people are pissed at you for that, but I mean, let them leave if that's all your relationship is based on. What kind of relationship is it, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for your relationships, of course. You have to do that yourself, but um I think you should go on a quest, and I think you should realize and be kind to yourself when you move forward and the world does something to you and you revert back to who you were, that you realize that and step back out of the comfort zone and keep going. It's okay. Be kind to yourself when you step into the comfort zone or step into old way of being. It's a process. It's not going to happen the second you decide you're no longer going to do whatever it is you don't want to do anymore. It's okay. Just keep moving forward and really seek out knowledge. Seek out knowledge because you can't do it alone. You don't just know. You need to kind of get a guru, read a book, read a couple of books, read 20 books in my case, reread books, listen to what people have to say, be open-minded, really evaluate yourself. It's super hard. I don't think I've done it nearly as much as I need to do it because it's hard, you know, but, and get help if you need help, you know, I mean, the best thing in life is support. And I think we should all be supporting one another in whatever it is that, we're working on, you know, I'm here supporting you and going on a quest or evaluating how other people's judgment affects you and maybe doing something about it. And you're here for me, just listening to me talk about my experience and what I'm trying to do. And you're giving me some validation. And I really, really appreciate that. And I'm so thankful that you're here and we're in this journey together. And I'm excited to hear what you're doing, what's happening with you. And we'll just continue on this journey together. If there's a topic that you really want to talk about, I'd love to hear about it. We do have a few things coming up that are scheduled with some guests, and that'll be fun. But in the meantime, I want you all to know that you can be your authentic self. You can be yourself. There are some people that won't understand, but that's true no matter what. It's true no matter what. And it's really brave. It's really brave if you're stepping out of your comfort zone. If it's not safe to step out of your comfort zone, then that's a whole different story. But step out in your own mind. Give it to yourself. Start there. And know that I am behind you. I support you. I care about you. I love you. I'm happy that you're here. The world needs you. So love you.